Kintsugi Koko here! Welcome to my quirky, eclectic blog. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Thursday. Probably have broccoli in my teeth because I just ate some broccoli and egg rolls. Well, veggie egg rolls with some spicy Thai chili sauce. It's delicious. I hope, like I said, you guys are having a fabulous day. My day has been quite wonderful. I am honestly ready for a hot bath and some relaxing. However, I think I'm going to take my kiddo to the library to do some Legos. Tonight they have a Lego event, and he was kind of bummed out when we went to the museum on Sunday that he didn't get to the Lego section. Even though we have a bucket full of Legos here, I get the desire to want to do Legos with other kids. Mom and Dad don't count as kids in his eyes. Anyway, I feel like I'm by a campfire telling spooky ghost stories. The lighting is quite low. I guess I probably could turn on my other light. Un momento. A little bit better. Not so midnight storytelling. Today is day 4, right? Day 5 of my Greatfull series of Lessons to Blessings. And I'm enjoying this because it's making me have to artistically kind of be creative in a sense. Usually I would ramble off like, oh, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, I'm grateful for this. And it's easy to say like what you're grateful for when you're looking at it from like a positive perspective. Where when you sit down and think about the lessons that have been turned into blessings in your life, sometimes it's harder to think about them because sometimes we just try to like forgive and forget kind of deal. Well, my thing too is though, I can forgive you. However, it's not that I don't forget, it's just now I'm going to move slightly different. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, so for today, our lesson to lesson is going to be, I was going to talk about a different topic. However, I feel I want to talk about feelings. So I just came back from the library, grabbed some lunch on my way home, and I found the most incredible book. Mommy by Jessica George. Isn't she beautiful? And she kind of matches my outfit today. She called me and she said, yo, pick me, take me home with you. I have some wise words for you and wise counsel. And as she absolutely does, I walk into the library and they have all of their Black History Month books right when you walked in. This was the Dudley Library, by the way. Yo, any Potter fans? Any potheads, if you will. And I immediately was drawn to a Harriet Tubman book. And I have a soft spot in my soul for Miss Harriet Tubman. I have always been drawn to her and her story and just empowered and inspired by her incredible aura, just her in general, like her story, what she stood for. She's just an incredible woman. Absolutely a phenomenal role model to kind of structure your life off of, right? And she had an outward-facing book that was right there, and I kind of drew my attention to that shelf and to that bookshelf. And as I was looking, I was like, oh, this is a fun color book, because all I seen was this, which This book, the mother is from Ghana. And so it kind of has like the African traveling, which we love. And I don't know, I just was like, oh, this is a pretty book. And I opened to read what it's about. And I was like, oh, it's based in London. I just came from London. How cool. Y'all, I read this book, the first chapter, while I'm sitting in the library. I quite literally had tears in my eyes. Like, I find it throughout my life, I've always seen other people struggling and hurting and just needing reassurance, and I've always offered that, right? And as much as others tried to be there for me, it was like I was oobleck in their hands. I kind of just fell through their cracks, and I really had to self-soothe with reading and realizing like I'm not crazy. My experience is absolutely valid, and other people have very similar themes that they've experienced and that they've lived through. And when I say this first chapter of this book, I literally started tearing, and it really struck a chord in my heart and my soul, because the main character, her name's Madeline, but her mom calls her Mame, which means woman, I think in Tree, I think is what the language is called. Twee, I'm sorry. And it means woman. And oh my goodness, you guys. The way I could relate with her just after one chapter. This is a 300-page book. This book has so many chapters. Chapter 41, 42, 43. Bet you there's 44 chapters. So it's 43 with an epilogue and acknowledgements. So technically kind of like 45, if you will. And that was just with one chapter. And it's exactly the right words I need to hear. I may not have a lot of consistent guidance and people I feel I can look up to. And reading books and just, I'm so thankful, grateful, blessed. Yes, I'm not able to be held by most. I'm a very multifaceted, deeper than the Mariana Trench individual, you know? And a lot of times it's hard for people to wrap their head around or to grasp and conceptualize. And I am so thankful, grateful, blessed that we have libraries and books, because I probably would think I'm batshit crazy. I know I'm not, and I know what I've gone through cultivated and shaped me into the individual I am today, and I am so thankful, grateful, blessed to have her, because my chihuahua, one hot mama. She kept me going. She keeps me going. She inspires me. I inspire myself. I don't know why I'm saying myself in third person. I inspire myself, and a lot of that inspiration just comes from other artists, if you will. Writing is an art form. I am inspired constantly by so many incredible individuals through TikTok on crocheting and their art with painting or sculpting or dancing, you know, whatever be it. And I seen something that said, life is about finding the inspirations, right? And being the inspiration. And I find that so lovely. And I have always, I'm sure I've mentioned several times, I have a lot of emotions. And today we're feeling really sad. We want to cry today. And that is a-okay, because you know what? It has been a minute since we've cried. And my grandfather, he's been with me all day. He's the one who encouraged me to wear green. I've seen his birthday several times while I was out and about. And You know, sometimes you just gotta cry and you gotta let it out. Because holding it in isn't good for anyone. So we're gonna take a hot soaking bath and cry. Relax our muscles, drain the sponge that is emotions. Because that is part of being human, right? We feel anger, we feel sad. When anger too really can go down to like sadness and fear, honestly. Anger is a superficial emotion. When you really dig down, it's you're sad about something or you're grieving or which is like immense sadness, right? Or what was that? What did I say? Sadness or fear, right? You're scared to make the next move. And you know what? Maybe that's what it is for me. I am at a crossroads in my life and I am absolutely terrified. I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going to head out in this next phase of my life. I have no clue. And I think I just solved my riddle because just saying that out loud makes me want to tear up. I don't know. And I don't have to know. I just have to trust. And I do trust because I know where I am going is going to be so emotionally fulfilling. I'm going to be elated, inspired, driven, motivated in the accumulation of kind of being in that paralyzed state of that'll phase out of my life is only monetarily because this too shall pass, right? But I'm so thankful, grateful that I have these deep emotions and that I feel so deeply and compassionately about everything in my life. Reading a book makes me teary-eyed. Breaking an inanimate object hurts my heart more than it hurts the dang object. Taking care of nature is a personal responsibility that I take very serious, and so breaking the plate, I apologize to the tree and the rocks around, right? And other people might think like, gosh, you're ridiculous. However, for me, no, I feel that because I would be sad, right? I could feel it. Everyone know the movie Fern Gully? Can't you feel the tree sad? Can't you feel its hurt? Yes, I can. But nonetheless, I'm so thankful, grateful, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love y'all big much, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a fantabulous rest of your day. Be safe. Have an awesome day. Make it awesome if it's not awesome. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Toodaloo.